Did you know most of the vitamin C you're buying at the store is not really vitamin C? In fact, 90% of vitamin C on the market is derived from GMO corn. It sounds crazy, as you might think it would come from lemons or limes, but in fact it is instead made from corn using a 15-step process involving acetone. Yes, like in nail polish. And many of the vitamin C products are also loaded with additives and sugar. And thanks to research published by the Laboratory of Clinical Infectious Diseases, we now know that sugar can weaken your immune system.
Plus, I've discovered a healthy, sugar-free, and incredibly effective way to support a healthy immune system. And it's something you can do in just 5 seconds a day. My name is Autumn Smith. I'm a holistic nutritionist, functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, and loving mom. But today, I'm here to talk about something that I've heard a lot of people express concern about lately, the immune system. I made this video for 4 reasons. First, to inform you just how bad sugar can be for your immune system. You see, researchers have found that sugar can suppress immune system cells that attack bacteria. And these effects last for a few hours after you drink a glass of sugary orange juice. Meaning, once your body starts processing this sugar, your immune system goes into standby mode. And any bacteria that comes your way has a free pass right past your immune cells that are supposed to be standing guard. So while you think you're helping your immune system when you have a glass of orange juice, you're actually doing the opposite. But it gets even worse. In addition to putting your immune system on standby mode, in vitro studies have found sugar can weaken white blood cell performance. And white blood cells are like the white knights of your immune system. They are always there in your bloodstream to destroy anything that is trying to attack you. You've seen why sugar is terrible for your immune system, but avoiding sugar is a lot easier said than done, because sugar is everywhere. In the modern American diet, sugar is lurking in nearly every product, even the ones that are labeled as healthy. So it can feel impossible to avoid, which is why it's essential you're doing something else to give your immune system extra support, even when you eat sugar. Which brings me to the second reason I created this video, to stress the fact that you need vitamin C. You see, humans are one of the only mammals that don't produce vitamin C naturally, and studies show that when vitamin C producing animals, like goats, come under emotional or health-related stress like an illness, they begin to produce even more vitamin C, proving that we need vitamin C to protect us from external stress. And since we don't make it ourselves, we need to make sure we're getting it another way, and at certain times, maybe even in higher doses. But there are so many vitamin C supplements, powders, drinks, and gummies. How are you supposed to know what to take? That brings me to the third reason I made this video, to expose the truth about most vitamin C products. This might come as a shock, but after doing research on our options for getting more vitamin C, I found that 99% of vitamin C products are not derived from lemons or limes or vitamin C rich foods like you think they'd be. And in the next few minutes, I'll tell you exactly how to identify these products. Because finally, the fourth reason I made this video is to tell you about a better, more effective way you can support your immune system. Something that is not only free of sugar, but also grain-free, dairy-free, soy-free, and not made with GMOs, which unfortunately most vitamin C products are. More on that in a second. So you can have confidence that you are protecting yourself and your family the right way. And I'm not just talking about protection from the common cold. The immune system is vital in protecting against harmful substances like environmental toxins and chemicals. It also protects you from cell changes and harmful cell growth that could result in serious illness. By making sure you're doing everything you can to support your immune system, you can be the healthiest possible version of yourself for years to come. I've already seen these incredible results in thousands of people who were looking for extra immune support but didn't want to settle for something that didn't meet their standards. And I know the solution works because the first person I tried it on was me. I was a fitness trainer on tour with Jennifer Lopez, and I thought I was pretty healthy. I ate plenty of fruits and vegetables and was exercising constantly, but still caught whatever sickness was going around that year. I even had to go to the emergency room while we were on tour in New York City because I was so sick. I could not figure out why my immune system wasn't strong enough to protect me, and the reason might shock you. I realized that because of soil depletion, I was not getting nearly as many nutrients from food as I thought I was. Let me explain. As time goes by, we continue to cultivate more and more land. When this overcultivation involves chemicals, as it often does, it can kill soil bacteria and fungi, which can reduce the amounts of nutrients from the soil the plants can access. This leads to nutrient-depleted crops, nutrient-depleted animals who eat the crops, and ultimately nutrient-depleted humans like you and me. Researchers at the University of Texas studied nutritional data from both 1950 and 1999 for 43 different fruits and vegetables and found their levels of vitamin C had significantly declined over the past few years. And another study reported you would have to eat 8 oranges today in order to get the amount of vitamin A that our grandparents would have gotten from 1. We are in an unprecedented time in history when the food we are growing is not enough to sustain a healthy lifestyle, meaning we must be doing something else to make sure we stay healthy. So, you've seen how sugar can be detrimental to the immune system, but because it's lurking everywhere, we need to make sure we're getting enough vitamin C to support a strong, healthy immune system, even in those times when we do eat sugar. Now, you'd like to think you can get vitamin C from your diet, but because of nutrient depletion, it's a lot harder to get adequate amounts of vitamin C than it used to be. So, how do we make sure we're getting enough vitamin C to support a strong immune system? If you're like me, you're probably thinking supplements, and you aren't the only one. The supplement industry is projected to be worth a whopping $230.7 billion by 2027. Because they're a fast and easy way to make up for the nutrient depletion that's happened over the last decade. But, as with all industries worth a lot of money, some big manufacturers started seeing the dollar signs and nothing else. They wanted an inexpensive way to manufacture supplements that they could pump out to people just like you and me and make a ton of money. And it worked. But unfortunately, a lot of quality was lost in the process, especially when it comes to vitamin C. There are 2 major problems with most vitamin C products. First, nearly all of them are not even true vitamin C. If you look at the label of virtually any vitamin C product, chances are it will say vitamin C as ascorbic acid. But there's something these vitamin companies don't want you to know. Ascorbic acid is not true vitamin C. Instead, it is the synthetic version of 1/fraction of the vitamin C complex. Ascorbic acid is just the outer shell that holds all the other healing parts of the vitamin C complex together. And taking isolated ascorbic acid is like trying to drive a car with just the steering wheel. You aren't going to get very far. So it makes sense that the human body rids itself of the synthetic ascorbic acid rapidly because it recognizes it as an invader. Whereas natural vitamin C complex is nearly 100% absorbed. And I'm not the only one saying this. Virtually every health expert will agree. The very best way to get the nutrients your body needs is in whole food form. Because not only does your body recognize them as something familiar, but whole food, full spectrum vitamin C contains additional compounds that are loaded with health benefits you aren't going to get with ascorbic acid. Like rutin, which is said to support healthy blood circulation, which is vital for overall health. Tyrosinase, which helps activate the adrenal glands for healthy hormone production, including your sex hormones, and cortisol for healthy stress management. Ascorbigen, that gives the skin extra smoothness, firmness, and a more youthful appearance. Vitamin K, which is essential for healthy clotting of the blood and healthy bones. J factor, which supports the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. P factor, which helps promote vascular health. Now, if you're someone whose gums bleed when brushing your teeth, P factor could help. These are the naturally occurring nutrients our bodies need, not just to survive, but to thrive, which is why nature put them all together in the first place. And if you believe nature knows best, you'll agree the very best way to get your vitamins and minerals is through whole foods, the way nature intended, not from a lab. Which is why many trials using synthetic vitamins have failed to replicate the health benefits from whole foods. And some have even found harm. Now, I do think there's a time and a place for ascorbic acid in times of serious illness, but when it comes to everyday preventative use, there are better options. And I'll tell you my favorite option in just a second. The second problem with most vitamin C products is how they're made. They begin with corn syrup, and it goes through a multiple-step process that involves acetone, like you'd find in nail polish. As if having nail polish in your product wasn't enough, virtually all corn is genetically modified. And these synthetic, genetically modified vitamin C products are not the things I wanted to put in my family members' bodies every day. Which is why, when I realized I needed a vitamin C supplement to stop getting sick year after year, I went searching for a healthy, natural source of vitamin C. And I don't think my requirements were anything extreme. I just wanted a product that met 3 standards. Something that was derived from whole food and provided full-spectrum vitamin C, not just isolated ascorbic acid, something free of genetically modified ingredients, and something that was still pretty potent. But to my surprise, it didn't exist. Everything I found was made with ascorbic acid and processed with harsh ingredients. I knew we needed a better way. But because what I already knew about nutrient depletion, I knew I couldn't just eat oranges and get enough vitamin C. So I went searching for foods that were more potent than an orange. Something that could deliver all the vitamin C your body needs and more, but still have all the beneficial natural qualities of a whole food. And I was thrilled when I found this first fruit, the acerola cherry. The School of Tropical Medicine in San Juan, Puerto Rico first discovered it to be one of the highest natural sources of vitamin C. Gram for gram, the acerola cherry has over 180 times more vitamin C than an orange. Once they realized its potency, it was planted in schoolyards across the country to increase the vitamin C intake of school children. But the acerola cherry doesn't stop there. Because it's full-spectrum vitamin C sourced from whole food, you get tons of additional vitamins, minerals, and beneficial compounds, like vitamin A, which, similarly to vitamin C, is a powerful antioxidant that helps support a healthy immune system. Vitamin A is also necessary for healthy vision, particularly at night, strong bones, and healthy growth and reproduction. But there's more. The acerola cherry also contains calcium, iron, vitamin B3, phosphorus, riboflavin, and thiamine. Are you beginning to see how powerful full-spectrum whole food source vitamin C can be? And instead of getting just the outer shell of vitamin C like most products, the acerola cherry is the real deal. It's vitamin C the way nature intended. When I realized how powerful the acerola cherry can be, I wanted to share this immune-supporting fruit with as many people as possible. But there was one problem. This is not something you're going to find in your local grocery store or farmer's market. It's native to countries like Puerto Rico, Barbados, and Brazil. But I didn't want to give up on its powerful benefits just because it's hard to get. So I found an acerola cherry farmer who was willing to ship it to me in America and secured a large supply in order to give it to as many people as possible. But I ran into another problem. The more the fruit ripens, the more vitamin C content it loses. So you need to make sure the cherry is harvested early so you can get all the vitamin C it has to offer. Which is why I figured out a way to gently freeze dry the powerful acerola cherry in a way that preserves all the nutrients in its most potent state and put it into an easy-to-take veggie capsule that I call Paleo Valley Essential C Complex. My husband and I started Paleo Valley together as a way to create nutrient-dense, whole food source products that can help you get all the nutrients you need to thrive without any unnecessary additives or harmful ingredients. Nothing synthetic, no GMOs, nothing weird, just food. And that's exactly what we did with Paleo Valley Essential C Complex. But we didn't stop at the acerola cherry, because I found 2 other potent vitamin C-rich superfoods on my search that I had to include. And when they come together, you have one of the most potent, clean vitamin C products on the market. The first is the camu berry that is grown in the native rainforest of Peru. And like the acerola cherry, it is one of the most vitamin C-rich foods on the planet for a strong, supported immune system. But thanks to its whole food nature, it also has tons of vitamins and minerals that have been shown to support healthy gums, eyes, and skin. And it's also shown to have powerful mood-boosting properties. But there was one study in particular comparing the camu to synthetic vitamin C that speaks volumes. Research conducted by brilliant minds from Johns Hopkins, Temple, and Georgetown University took a group of 20 male smokers and gave half of them synthetic vitamin C and the other half drank juice from the camu berry. After 7 days, the camu group had lower markers of both oxidative stress and inflammation, and the group that took synthetic vitamin C saw no changes, proving that whole food vitamin C was significantly more effective than synthetic versions. You can see why I didn't hesitate for a second to include camu in our Essential C Complex along with the acerola cherry. When these 2 fruits come together, you have the most powerful source of natural, whole food vitamin C that I know of. But on my search, I found one more whole food, full spectrum vitamin C food that is so potent, it would have been irresponsible to leave out. It's called the amla berry, and it's been used for thousands of years in Ayurvedic medicine as a way to support heart and brain health. Researchers have called it the wonder berry, and after looking at its benefits, it's no surprise why. Amla berry has been shown to support healthy blood vessels for a healthy heart and circulation, healthy inflammation response for soothed joint discomfort, support a healthy memory and brain function thanks to its antioxidant qualities, and of course, support a strong immune system thanks to its high vitamin C potency. When combined with the camu berry and the acerola cherry, these three fruits are the very best way to support a healthy immune system naturally. No GMOs or synthetic ingredients, and you don't have to eat 8 oranges just to get the nutritional content